dias, Zamboanga Peninsula. Welcome sa panibagong episode ng Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Hatid ng Presidential Communications Office and Philippine Information Agency. Ang programang ito ay para sa ating iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno upang ilahad ang kanilang mga programa, proyekto at kanilang mga napagtagumpayan sa kanilang ahensya gamit po ang itong ating programa. So sa pamamagitan po nating programa, maririnig po natin ngayong araw po sa ating pinakabagong episode ang mga plataforma po or ang ating mga programa mula sa Commission on Elections in Region 9 or in Zamboanga City. So later po makikilala natin ang ating panauhin, but before that, we would like to welcome all our viewers po, ating mga media partners all over Zamboanga Peninsula. We have from Zamboanga City, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, Isabela City, and of course, Zamboanga Sibugay Province. So welcome po sa ating mga online viewers rin po na nanonood via PIA Western Mindanao Facebook page and other government agencies Facebook pages. Hindi na po natin patatagalin. Let's welcome po our guest for today. We have Attorney John Christian Babiera, the election officer po ng Zamboanga City. Magandang araw po, Attorney.
Good morning, Ma'am Myra. Buenos dias a todos. First and foremost, in behalf of COMELEC Region 9, we would like to thank the Philippine Information Agency for spearheading this program and activity. We would also like to thank our friends from the media who are here for being the partners of COMELEC in disseminating voters' information. And we would like to greet our viewers and listeners all over Zamboanga Peninsula. Good morning po.
Good morning po. Gaya po ng nabanggit ko rin kanina, maririnig po natin yung mga programa at mga proyekto po ng Commission on Election and yung mga napagtagumpayan po nila, mga naisagawa nilang programa sa past few months or years po. Not only in Zamboanga City but all over Zamboanga Peninsula. So we would like to hear po ang presentasyon na ito na mula rin po kay Attorney Christian Babiera.
Thank you for that, Ma'am Myra. So as we all know, next year is an election year, particularly the midterm elections, which will be the national, local, and BARM parliamentary elections. So as early as this year or last year, we have already had activities in the COMELEC. We have been preparing for this upcoming national, local, and BARM elections. So let me start with our previous activities and upcoming activities as well as the election updates. We had our system of continuing registration, which was conducted last February 12 until September 30. Can we go back to the first slide, please? Yes. As you would see in the prompter, we have the current registered voters for Region 9, COMELEC Region 9. First, for Zamboanga del Sur, we have a total of 717,434. For Zamboanga City, we have a total, this comprises of the two districts, we have a total of 484,072. Then for Zamboanga del Norte, 786,191. For Zamboanga Sibugay, we have 430,657. And if you would notice, under COMELEC Region 9, we also have the province of Sulu, which has a total of 464,437. And all in all, for COMELEC Region 9, we have a total of 2,882,791 registered voters for the May 12, 2025 national and local elections. So what is the significance of this total registered voters? With this data, the COMELEC will now be preparing the printing of the official ballots. So the printing of the official ballots is 1:1, meaning one official ballot for one registered voter. So only 1:1. So the next slide, please. We had the on-site verification of the project of precincts, which was conducted last October 21. In fact, until November 9, but for the Zamboanga Peninsula, COMELEC Region 9, we already finished the on-site verification. And with this, the electoral data for COMELEC Region 9 has already been finalized, such as the registered voters. And after this, aside from the registered voter, we also had the finalization of the clustering of the precincts. Next slide, please. Next slide. The clustered, actually the clustering of the precincts, no? Let me read na lang. For Zamboanga del Sur, we have a total of 1,061 clustered precincts. For Zamboanga City, we have a total of 566 clustered precincts. For Zamboanga del Norte, we have a total of 1,134 clustered precincts. For Zamboanga Sibugay, we have 623 clustered precincts, and for Sulu, we have a total of 623 clustered precincts, a total of 4,047 clustered precincts for the entire COMELEC Region 9. So what is also the effect of these clustered precincts? With this, we will know how many ACMs will be used or utilized for COMELEC Region 9, because there will be one ACM or automated counting machine for every one clustered precinct. So also with this number of clustered precincts, we will also know the number of poll workers who will be serving for the upcoming elections. No, the electoral board members, the Department of Education supervisor official, and their support staffs. So for Zamboanga City, we have 566. So in every clustered precinct, there is at least 3 electoral board members. So times 3, as well as their support staff. And for every voting center, there is a DepEd supervisor official and their support staff. So we go on to the, as what I have mentioned a while ago, no, if you would notice, the province of Sulu is now under the supervision of COMELEC Region 9 because of the Supreme Court decision that Sulu is no longer part of BARM. So since Region 9 is the most nearest geographically situated region, and historically, Sulu is originally part of Region 9 before it became under ARM, then recently to BARM. So the COMELEC NBank has passed a resolution, minute resolution number 24-0766, dated September 30, implementing the official turning over of the administrative supervision of the province of Sulu under COMELEC Regional Office 9. So, aside from the voters registration, on-site verification, we also had the filing of the COCs and CONA, which was conducted last October 1 to 8. For the updates of the total filers, for the filing of the COC, for the province, for the House of Representative, for the province of Zamboanga del Sur, we have a total of 5 who filed for House of Representative. For Zamboanga City, we have a total of 9. For Zamboanga del Norte, 8. For Zamboanga Sibugay, 9. And Sulu, 6, a total of 37. For Governor, for Zamboanga del Sur, we only have 2 who filed their COC. Of course, we do not have a position for governor in Zamboanga City. For Zamboanga del Norte, we have 3. Zamboanga Sibugay, 2. And Sulu, 2. A total of 9. So for vice governor, again, for Zamboanga del Sur, we have 2. For Zamboanga City, again, we do not have position for vice governor. So, and for Zamboanga del Norte, again, we have 2. For Zamboanga Sibugay, 3. And Sulu, 3. A total of 10. For mayor, for Zamboanga del Sur, we have a total of 60 mayors who filed their COC. For Zamboanga City, we have 6. For Zamboanga del Norte, 57. Zamboanga Sibugay, 43. And for Sulu, we have 34, a total of 194 aspirants who filed their COC for mayor. For vice mayor, for Zamboanga del Norte, 54. Zamboanga City, 3. Zamboanga del Norte, 57. Zamboanga Sibugay, 37. Sulu, 31, a total of 182. As far as of this date, for also for councilors, for Zamboanga del Sur, we have 462. Zamboanga City, we have 50. Zamboanga del Norte, 510. Zamboanga Sibugay, 297. And for Sulu, 257. A total of 1,576 councilors who filed their COC. So as of this time, we do not have any incident reports involving election-related incident for the entire COMELEC Region 9. So, and the submission of the COC and CONA was already done by our personnel from the provinces and from the region, which was submitted to the COMELEC main office, particularly in the law department as well as in the election records and statistics department. And for our upcoming activities, we'll be having first the reactivation of the Joint Security Control Centers. Of course, for the entire region, COMELEC Region 9, we will have the reactivation of the Regional Joint Security Control Center, which will be composed of our regional election director as the chairman, and the members is the regional director of the PNP and the highest ranking official of the AFP in the region. No, also for Zamboanga City, we will be reactivating the City Joint Security Control Center, which I will be the chairperson, and my members will be the city director of Zamboanga City and Joint Task Force commander, no, of the Joint Task Force Zamboanga. So aside from this, no, we will be having a tentative schedule from November to January. This will be the roadshow of the ACM, or the automated counting machine. No, we are mandated by the commission to conduct. No, all of the COMELEC field offices are mandated to conduct a voters education, roadshow, and ACM demonstration. No, in every barangays of their area of jurisdiction, as well as to the other electoral stakeholders in the schools, in the malls, but particularly in the barangays, no, so that our constituents can experience, no, personally on how the machine works, on how to do the voting process on the new ACMs. In fact, by next week, we will be going to COMELEC Manila for the training of the new ACMs, and after the training of the new ACMs, that will be the machines will be cascaded downwards to the field offices for the purposes of ACM demonstration in the barangays. For other updates on election matters, first is we will be having the election period, no, which will start on January 12, 2025 until June 11, 2025. And what is the significance of the election period? Now, at the start of the election period will also be the start on the gun ban, or the ban on the firearms and ammunition. We will also have included in the election period is the ban on the infrastructure and expenditures. We will also have the ban on transfer, detail, and appointment. And within the election period also is the campaign period. No? So for the campaign period, we have two sets of dates. First is the campaign period for the national positions, which is the senatorial position as well as the party list. No, the party list is considered a national position because party lists are voted nationwide. So their campaign period will start on February 11 until May 10, no, for the national position, except for April 17 and 18 because this is a Maundy Thursday and a Good Friday. So they are prohibited from campaigning on Maundy Thursday and Good Friday. Of course, May 10, only May 10 because a day before the election, on election day, it is also prohibited to campaign. So for the local positions, no, their campaign period will start on March 28 until May 10, but of course, except again, April 17 and 18, which is a Maundy Thursday and a Good Friday. So also, we will be having a voting by overseas voters. We have overseas voters, no? Their voting will start as early as April 13, 2025 until May 12. No? We also have the voting by local absentee voters. These are usually availed by our members in the law enforcement agencies who will be serving on election day, so they can apply to vote for local absentee voting, and the voting for the local absentee voting will be from April 28 to April 30. Of course, as what I've said a while ago, on the eve of election day, May 11, campaign is prohibited. Also, we will be having a liquor ban, no? And definitely on May 20, the D-Day is May 12, 2025, which is the election day, the second Monday of May. For the next activity, we have the filing of the SOSE, or the Statement of Contribution and Expenditures. The filing of the SOSE is from May 13 up to June 11, 2025. This is required for all the aspirants or candidates who filed their COCs, even if they did not campaign, but they are still required to submit and file their respective SOCE. So for the other COMELEC resolution and issuances, we are reminding our aspirants, the would-be candidates, that we have COMELEC Resolution 11064, which is the registration of their online campaign platforms. The registration is through the EID or the Education and Information Department of the COMELEC. We have here the QR code for them to be able to register all of their online campaign platforms, which can be social media accounts, websites, blogs. They are required to register their online campaign platforms. Also, as what I've said a while ago, at the start of the campaign election period, we will also be having the ban on the transfer and detail of employees and appointment and hiring of new employees. So who is included in this resolution? Well, we have all officers and employees under the civil service. So for our friends in the government service, please take note of this, especially those in the HR department. So of course, if there is really a need for them to appoint or transfer during the ban, they can always file for a request for exemption. If they are intending to appoint or transfer during the ban on hiring or transfer of employees. Of course, we also have a ban on infra and disbursement and expenditures. The scope of the provision is we have a ban on social welfare and services projects, and this will start at the start of the campaign period for local, starting March 28 to May 11, 2025. Social welfare and services projects are already banned. Of course, we also have a total prohibition of AIX or assistance to individuals in crisis situations from May 2 to May 12, 2025. And housing-related projects also within the campaign period for local, which is from March 28 to May 11. So the next COMELEC resolution is the resolution on the gun ban. The highlight of this is the online application for request for exemption if you have a firearms license or permit to carry, or they have a bodyguard or security detail. Of course, they will have to request for exemption during the start of before the start of the the election period. So basically, that what I've discussed are our previous activities and upcoming activities and programs of the COMELEC in relation to the May 12, 2025 national, local, and BARM parliamentary elections. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much po. Once again, we have Attorney John Christian Babiera of the COMELEC po in Zamboanga City, our election officer. Thank you po. I'm sure marami tayong nakuha doon, especially that you mentioned nga napapalapit na yung ating halalan for 2025. So we need this mga guidelines natin para sa ating mga voters and of course atin ring mga politicians that who will run for the next election. So now po, we will be entertaining questions from our media partners. First, I will read questions po muna, attorney, sa ating mga online media partners who are watching with us, and then to followed by our media partners po that are here with us po sa Zamboanga City. So first, we have a question po from Basilan. This is a media from Basilan po. What are the key differences po in the electoral process for the BARM Parliament election compared to the national elections? Can you explain how the voting system for the BARM Parliament election reflects the unique cultural and political landscape of the region?
Yes, ma'am. For that question, before I answer that question, COMELEC Region 9 actually is not a part of BARM. So basically, COMELEC Region 9 does not have a BARM parliamentary elections. So the proper authority to answer this question really would be the COMELEC BARM. But the key difference is that aside from the national and local candidates, which we will be voting on May 12, 2025, for those areas under INBARM, they will be also be voting for district representatives, particularly in the BARM Parliament. No, I believe a total of 40 district representatives. So meaning they will be having 2 official ballots, no, for these upcoming elections. One for the national and local, and the other official ballot intended for the BARM parliamentary. So that is the key difference between them. But I cannot really talk as much as I would like to, because I am not really well versed, no, in the BARM parliamentary elections, because as what I've said a while ago, COMELEC Region 9 is not part of BARM.
Attorney, just a clarification po, yung Isabela City is still counted for Region 9.
For COMELEC, ma'am, under COMELEC administrative supervision, Isabela City is under BARM, but they are not included in the BARM, no. So for COMELEC Region 9, Isabela City is not with us. Yes.
Thank you po, Attorney, for the clarification. Next po, question naman from Zamboanga del Sur. Kapag natalo ang incumbent mayor o kaya gobernador, ang dami pong hindi properly audited and unliquidated government properties or accounts, at ang karamihan po sa kanila ay pinalitan ng mga good item properties ng gobyerno sa mga sirang mga bagay. So ang tanong po niya, mayroon ba kayong pamamaraan para kung sakaling mangyari sa kanila na magkaroon ng task force bantay sa mga properties na naka-MR sa mga opisyal sa opisina nila bago mag-assume yung mga nanalo na papalit sa kanila?
I believe, ma'am, the question should be properly addressed to the DILG or the COA, no, not with COMELEC, no, because it is not under our jurisdiction with regards to the properties of the incumbent mayors, no, and as to the process of the turnover of this property, no, kung iba na yung nanalo and lilipat. So we are not the proper agency to answer this question, ma'am.
Thank you po again for the clarification. That was a question po, no, from Sir Manny of Infolink. Thank you very much po. Next naman po, question from Zamboanga del Norte. May mga identified red alert areas na po ba tayo for Zamboanga del Norte? If so, saan-saan po ito?
As of now, ma'am, no, as what I've reported a while ago, the report came from the Office of the Provincial Election Supervisor of Zamboanga del Norte. As of now, actually, we do not have any areas of concern for Zamboanga del Norte. But this is a continuing process, no, of identifying areas of concern. So from time to time, we will be updating the records and reports for COMELEC Region 9. But as of now, we do not have any areas of concern yet for the entire region.
All right. Thank you po. Follow-up po nito, what are the thoughts po of COMELEC regarding on early campaigning of candidates? Yung mga iba po, kahit hindi pa nakafile ng COC, may mga posted tarpaulins na po with their faces.
So, to make it clear to the public, no, the next year's election on May 12, 2025 is an automated election. So we have the automation law, no, and we already have a Supreme Court decision about this, no, that based on the automation law, a candidate is only considered a candidate at the start of the campaign period. So meaning, this is in fact in the case of Peñera versus COMELEC, no, because at the onset, the COMELEC tried, no, to implement election rules and regulations before the start of the campaign period, but the Supreme Court said that we do not have power, no, to enforce our election laws because those who filed their COC are not yet considered as candidates. So in effect, because of this definition in the automation law, we do not have any more premature campaigning for automated elections because they can only be considered as candidate at the start of the campaign period, which will be next year pa. So meaning, hindi pa po sakop ng COMELEC kung may as early as now may naglalagay ng mga tarpaulins na because nga, sabi nga ng Supreme Court, hindi pa po sila considered as kandidato. And ang sabi ng Supreme Court, the only way for us to be able to take hold of this is kung may magkakaroon ng amyenda sa batas, no? And this is the task of the Congress. They should amend the automation law, that particularly the definition of a candidate, no? Tanggalin nila dapat yun na dapat ang kandidato nagiging considered lang as kandidato at the start of the campaign period.
Thank you very much po. Next question naman po is from Zamboanga Sibugay. How does the COMELEC po address concerns about potential hacking or tampering with the electronic voting systems?
Yes, siguro at the start pa lang ng automated elections natin, no, this has already been an issue, no, na but secured naman yung mga machines natin and system natin, no electoral system natin, ang paggawa nito, and we believe, no, na secured enough yung electoral system natin na hindi ito mahahack basta-basta, kasi yung system natin mas secured pa sa bangko actually. And in fact, in the previous electoral elections, wala namang hacking na nangyayari, no. Mahirap i-hack yung electoral system natin. And kung yung mga protest nga during the electoral automated elections, lahat ng election protest with na dumating sa Supreme Court ay hindi na reverse yung decision ng COMELEC. So meaning, as well as sa mga random manual audit natin, yung mga audit natin, parating 99% yung accuracy rate ng results ng election natin ng automated comparing sa manual na ginagawang checking nila.
Okay. Follow up to that po, attorney. With that being said, what is your message po sa ating mga voters that who feel discouraged po, no, sa sa ating electoral process?
As what I've said a while ago, no, this coming month until January, we'll be having an ACM demonstration in the barangays. Feel free to participate, no, para ma-check nila kung paano gumagana ang machine, para makita nila na gumagana ng maayos, at para maging kampante rin sila na maayos na yung proseso natin sa electoral system.
Are we going to post po yung ating schedule po ng testing ng ating mga ACMs?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely will be coordinating with you, the PIA, as well as to our partners in the media. But tentative pa po yung schedule natin. As what I've said, we'll be having a training pa po next week in Manila. After that, kung may mga particular schedules na tayo sa mga specific barangays, we'll be posting that. And please help us disseminate this schedule.
Siguro po clarification na lang, kasi we have a new machine po na gagamitin. Ano po yung difference nito sa VCM na ginagamit natin last election and now po na ACM yung gamit natin?
Well, the main difference is bago nga yung mga makina natin, no? So meaning mas enhance yung system natin, and iba po yung provider natin ngayon, hindi na po yung Smartmatic. The provider now is the Miro Systems, a Korean company. So iba din yung machine natin, may konting enhancements, may konting security features, and mas user-friendly siya. And definitely mas secure, no? Or mas klaro and mas user-friendly nga sa mga botante natin, no? And mas transparent yung machine natin, kasi isa sa mga bagong feature ngayon ng machine is after you will be inserting your ballot, you can see in the screen your ballot and the one you voted for, you shaded, no, the candidates. So pwede may review na tayo sa machine mismo before i-feed yung makina mismo yung balota.
Thank you po, attorney. Next question po will be coming from Sir Jung po of Mindanao News and Information. What has been done to enhance po accessibility po and inclusion for our persons with disabilities and senior citizens po in the voting process?
Well, of course, we have the priority polling places in every voting center, meaning they can apply, no, to vote in the priority polling place, meaning bibigyan sila ng priority in the voting. But most particularly for Region 9, as much as possible po, lahat ng voting centers natin ay located sa ground floor para hindi mahirapan yung mga brothers and sisters natin in the vulnerable sectors, no? Particularly the PWD and the senior citizens. And of course, priority lane pa rin sila kung kahit sa regular precinct sila, meaning iba yung pila nila, no? Mga heavily pregnant women, mga senior citizens and PWD, nasa priority lane sila kung boboto sila. And I believe meron tayong early voting ngayon for senior citizens and PWD, no? So bibigyan sila ng opportunity para bumoto ng mas maaga comparing sa mga regular voters natin.
Okay, thank you po. Next po, follow up. How does COMELEC plan to address potential issues po with the absentee voting, especially for overseas workers?
Well, yung overseas voting natin, iba mas maaga yung election nila, no? I have also already given the schedule of the overseas voters natin, and may mga sa absentee voting naman din, ma'am, may mga in-check naman din tayo ng mga policies para mag-check na maayos yung paggawa ng proseso nila sa pagbobote, and to see to it, no, kung sino talaga yung bumoboto, yun talaga.
Thank you very much po. Once again, maraming salamat po no, sa ating mga online media partners po na nakatutok ngayon. Thank you po sa inyong mga questions. If may pahabol pa po tayo, we will try to read it later on. And with that po, we will proceed with our media partners naman po na andito nakasama natin ngayon sa venue here in Zamboanga City. So let's have first a question from Tess Espartero of TV11. So once again po, no, meron po tayong mga ilang mga katanungan. Kasama po natin ang ating mga media partners po dito sa ating venue. First, we have Ma'am Tess Espartero.
Yes, Attorney, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so Attorney, paano natin masigurado na talagang hindi ma-hack yung ating mga natin sa COMELEC this coming 2025 election?
Kagaya na sinabi ko kanina, ma'am, no, may mga security features tayo na in place, no, to prevent this type of hacking. As what I've said, mas secure pa po yung system natin actually sa mga bangko, no. Kung ang bangko nga mahirap i-hack, what more yung system na gagamitin natin for this electoral system on the upcoming May 12, 2025 national and local elections. And from what we have experienced in the past several automated elections, wala namang hacking na nangyayari talaga.
Okay. So far, bago lang na-launch ang ating end-to-end, testing, di ba? So dito wala pa po. So how about po ang ating mga OFWs? Do they need to register pa po para sa online voting nila?
Actually, ma'am, tapos na po din yung registration ng mga OFWs natin. Kasabay po ng end ng registration sa regular voters until September 30 lang po.
How about po yung nila, OVC o online counting system din? Kasali na sila doon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So attorney, yung tanong ko lang po, last na. Paano po, violation po ba yung ngayon nga kinakanta sa jingle ng mga kandidato, itong mga pangalan ng kandidato din nila?
Actually, ma'am, as what I've said a while ago, no, since hindi pa po sila considered as kandidato, wala pa pong violation ngayon.
So hanggang kailan po sila
Pwede, until, actually, pwede nilang gawin as early as now, but at the start of the campaign period, which is on March 28, 2025, may mga regulations na po tayo in place, such as may specific minutes lang po tayo na pwedeng lalabas sila sa radio, sa TV, so included na yan. So dapat na nila i-report kung maglalabas sila ng jingle sa radyo, or mag-advertise sila sa radio, included na yan kasi hindi sila pwedeng lalampas sa ilang minutes lang for campaigning nila.
Okay po. Last na po, attorney, curious lang ako kasi how about po yung ating mga, yung ating mga politicians o mga kandidato na lang, no? Yung nagbibigay sila ng ayuda. So hanggang kailan din nyo po in cut-off na nagbibigay sila ng ayuda tulad ng AIX, AKAP, o whatever?
As what I've said, no, at the start of the campaign period, bawal na po yung ayuda. So bawal na. So as of now, as what I've said again, hindi pa po sila sakop ng COMELEC kasi hindi pa sila kandidato. Start lang ng magiging silang kandidato at the start of the campaign period, which will be on March 28. And actually, at the start of March 28, may ban na po rin sa mga ayuda. So bawal na rin po.
Okay. Thank you po, attorney.
Thank you very much po, Ma'am Tess. Next po, we have a question from Sir Marco Polo of Brigada News.
Good morning, attorney.
Good morning, sir.
Ma'am Mayer. Diretso lang nyo, attorney, el first question dyan ato na recent issue del COMELEC Philippines entero país. Yan kita mga problema and double and multiple registration na kina region dyan ato. Yan agreba sa attorney?
Yes, sir. No, kasi kita mga double and multiple registration, but kita AFIS, or what we call the automated fingerprint identification system, meaning check el daton main office kon el mga biometrics de gente, no. So masking cambia sila dila mga nombre, pwede syempre man identify kay uno lang and distinct edi aton fingerprints. So akal ya mention nyo enantes, akal on-site verification ya mang conduct el de personnel from the main office, intraw ya alya el cleansing de aton de mga double and multiple. and taman imbese sila kanaton el mga list del mga double and multiple, and we are required to cleanse no or to delete those records which have double and multiple records, and amo sa el purpose del on-site verification para man check kayan delete get ko na mga double and multiple records di aton. So yakabay kita ase.
Okay, thank you, Attorney. Second question, you've been mentioned in the social media page nila itong mga a certain politician or party list group. Tiyan ba aki registra? Tiyan ba yan identified aki na dya atong city?
Actually, sir, el registration dested diretso na EID di amon na main office na Education and Information Department, and online el application deste. So as of now, we do not know si Chenia Bayaman register kay until December el registration deste. But once after the registration, man approve man estel en bank ti aton and man publish sila si Kenya man register. So later on pa si kami pwede sabi. So but as of now in Comelec office ang Buanga City no sabi pa kami. So taman remind lang kami kung mga candidates man register sila di ilang mga social media platform accounts. No?
Okay, so again clear. And of course, yaman da tumira el data del mga number of candidates for this year midterm and local election aki kanato na Region 9. May mantuman da no sedes man da mira in si Chena ba mga yung disqualify o no science candidate for here?
Actually, sir, as of now no naipakita information kay Chena man disqualify. But for Zamboanga City, ablayo kay Chene Uno yaman withdraw no councilor. Si Sir Marlon Torres yaman withdraw ele I believe last week. But for disqualification may pakita rin CBN info.
And for last in my part, you've been presented in the Nante kay bawal yalja aton na ayuda since man start ako ng campaign period starting March or February. Just in case ay tene grande disastro o tene kita mga buyag-buyag lang hindi man kita tangasa. So pakilay assessment dese.
With regards to state of calamity and disaster, exempted este. Ta pwede syempre dali ayuda, but tang course through este na proper agency, and of course bawal abuya el mga kandidato aki. So uno sa mga tali na resolution de ato no, exempted si Chene calamity as long as man present sila kay Chene resolution kaya declare gan state of calamity un lugar para pwede man release sila ayuda. No need to apply for exemption, but of course through the proper agencies, and bawal ang mga kandidato anda during the dalida de ayuda.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you so much, Attorney.
Thank you, Sir Marco.
Thank you po, Sir Marco. Next po, Sir Regino De Los Santos from RPN.
Yes, good morning, Attorney.
Good morning, sir.
Christian Babiera. So, Attorney, no, during the campaign period, kaya kita sabi lang kay el ejemplo, national, I mean el datong senatorial, so kwanto minuto sila ay pwede man ere na TV ba o na radyo, kwanto minuto debe sila?
Actually, sir, espera pa tamin kami kung el Fair Elections Act no kay talita po nel minutes. If I'm not mistaken, I believe mga 300 plus minutes siguro sila na TV. Kapag sinetamin na radyo. I'm not very sure pa kay no ipatamin sa leel na Fair Elections Act, but definitely assess siguro sa within this month or by next month before el start del campaign period na February del national.
Same time nato nung local.
Si the
Diba,
same
siyempre?
si tali hasta de local talitamen tapone.
So, the question, Attorney, during the campaign period también, so, siyempre, of course, harat usa social media, aliatong mga kandidato, siyempre, okay pala, kayo po yung campaign period. I think March 28, datong campaign period. During that, so, March 28, no? So, during that campaign period, so, datong kandidato, so, pwede pa sila usa dila social media o dila page dila mismo?
Pwede, sir. Por eso gani si kere sila usa koneste, debe sila registra koneste na di aton na EID no, na Education and Information Department di aton, which is why taman rin encourage kami si kere sila usa konel online platform para man campaign, debe registra sila para sabi kita kay official kel dila account para pwede man monitor el Comelec koneste.
Pero nuele gabla kita kwanto lang at pwede sila mato. As long as okay lang siya, but ano na best register lang sila.
Si, as long as man register sila, pwede.
How about daton también mga kita hindi nila page o taida kanila lang mga supporter. So, nita pa register también o no debe ya?
Si kere sila usa tamen dila page no, as supporter para mang kampanya, pwede sila registra. Kay si hindi sila registra kon este, chene possibility no, baka chene ken man report otro kabar hindi sila registered. Chene possibility baka man naman block dila account no. Kay amo sel purpose del task force di aton ara kay ken man monitor kon este mga social media accounts no. Man request sila from the appropriate agencies and mga providers di aton si hindi este registered ko nila ta pwede man da kita dila ma-account.
So during the campaign period. So pero
Yes, sir.
aura man start kita sa March 28 ni tsaka register akil mga supporter.
Chene kita deadline lang the registration until this I believe until December 13 no el registration period.
So may start yara.
Tan start ya actually.
Ah,
Akalian show kami QR code paman-scan lang ustedes alya kay online el registration. Pwede tamen ustedes check yan na Comelec website di amon talya tamen kel or na even na sa mga city page de Comelec yan post tamen kami el mga QR code para ken kere registra dila social media platform accounts.
Thank you so much, sir. Gracias.
Yes sir. Thank you.
Thank you po. Curious lang po yung additional lang po to that, no? May sanctions po sa mga candidates that lalabag po doon sa paggamit ng social media. Like, for example, tapos na yung campaign but they continue on posting po through their social media. May mga sanctions po, attorney.
Actually, ma'am, that's a very good question, no? Not particularly kung tapos na yung campaign period, may ginagawa pa sila kasi tapos na pa yung election siguro. But yung nandun sa resolution is kung gagamit sila ng social media accounts or platforms sa campaign nila tapos hindi sila magre-register dun, ang sinasabi ng resolution natin is bibigyan sila ng show cause order to explain in writing why they did not register their account, no? At kung hindi nila ma-explain kung bakit hindi sila nakapag-register, ang ground dun is either baka mag-file ng complaint yung Comelec natin against sa kanila for possible violation. Of course, may investigation ito. Or ipapablock yung social media account nila sa service provider. So kung gusto nilang gumamit ng social media accounts sa pagkampanya, please register, no, para hindi ma-block later on yung mga accounts nila.
Thank you po for the information. Next question po from Sir Algie Rojas of RPN.
Attorney, buenos dias contigo.
Buenos dias, sir.
Pregunta lang yung attorney regarding akil konal daton mga senior citizens, konal daton mga PWDs kay de la pasaw eleksyon ya pwede nota no chene uno de kita PWD de wheelchair el disyo nombre talya na ika-tercer piso. So chene ba el Comelec ay prepara para konal mga PWDs si por ejemplo ay abla kita bota sila para ba komportable sila man-assist kanila.
Yes, sir. Actually, as what I've said a while ago, no, di aton mga voting centers aura todo na ground floor, no. Very unfortunate kay the last barangay and SK elections usually medyo manadal presinto di aton kay manual election. Hindi igual ara, medyo compact kay naun presinto as a maximum of 1,000 voters kita ta pwede kay makinal ta usa. So akal de last barangay and SK elections ya Chenegat Arriba mga voting center kay medyo manada kan presinto di aton so Chenegat ya tupa senior yaginda ala Arriba. But for the upcoming May 12, 2025 elections for Zamboanga City, todo di aton voting center na ground floor. So hindi sila ni Sita Subi Arriba. And LD aton once again, LD aton mga members na vulnerable sectors, particularly the senior citizens, the PWD, and the heavily pregnant women, ay priority sila na voting. Sila priority lane, hindi sila sige na regular pila de mga gente.
Okay. So pwera ko nese sir, chene pa ba sir, blangan ni kita no, especially sa aura ACM talya mas sila aura no. Quando kal otra vez sir el disuyo testing disuyo otra vez?
Tiyan kita tentative schedule sir from November to January. November this year to January. But I do not think baka pwede kami man start. Kung hindi kami pwede man start mga last week of November, definitely December kita ko neste prinsipya hasta January next year. So basically, man require ko namon anda na kada barangay di aton para man conduct gani ACM demonstration. No, para pwede el publiko mismo eksperyensya, pakilaya el voting process, pakilaya man shade, pakilaya man insert ko el balota, pakilaya bota, pa kay nuevo kan este makina, although similar lang este con el VCM daton kay el proseso igual syempre, taman shade syempre kita con el balota, taman insert kita con el balota, sita bota kita, ansina syempre.
Okay sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Next question po from Ma'am Jasper Sumagang of XFM.
Good morning, attorney.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes po. What made the local and national election different from BSKE naman at akin taabla mas stricto el barangay election compared to a national and local election?
Not necessarily, ma'am, mas stricto kita, no? But for the barangay and SK election kasi, Omnibus Election Code, tasigi. So meaning, COMELEC, tiyan kami supervision and control, no? At the start of the filing of the COC, tamang consider kami diretso ko nila as candidate. So meaning no pwede sila basta-basta mang kampanya, kay no pa-campaign period, kay Omnibus Election Code taman prevail si barangay and SK. Kay barangay and SK elections di aton is a manual election. But since the national and local elections is an automated election, tiyan kita automation law. Ya pa sa Kongreso, ya keda law. So este automation law tasigi si national and local elections. And with this automation law, tiyan ali mga definition gani taabla kay un kandidato, takedalang kandidato at the start of the campaign period. So basically, noy pa supervision COMELEC as of now kay noy pa gani hindi pa gani election period, hindi pa campaign period.
Possible ba, attorney, na otro election like the as a national LBSKE is kada tamyan automated?
Tiyan possibility, ma'am, no? Actually, in fact, the last barangay and SK election, tiyan kita mga pilot testing, pilot areas na NCR, no? Yaman automated election niya sila. So, tiyan possibility, ma'am. Baka later on, daton BSKE kay datamen automated, no? Election di aton kay amo tamen kita actually kay na COMELEC kay mas paspas get election process si automated kita compared na mano-mano.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you po. Next question naman we have from Radyo Pilipinas, Cypher Engito.
Hi, Attorney. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Kumusta po? With my question, sir, with all the preparations and updates about the upcoming election, what would be the system or scenario for those voters who are in detention centers or custodial facilities? Are there any changes or updates about this?
Thank you, sir, for that question, no? With regards to our PDL voters, no? For Zamboanga City, tiyan kita actually those area, no? Sa City Jail and the San Ramon, no? Penal Farm. So tiyan kita mga registered voters ali. And in fact, yaman lift ya el Supreme Court di aton con el temporary restraining order because antes, no, before manlift ko ng TRO, di aton mga PDL voters or persons deprived of liberty voters di aton, tapos lang sila bota for national positions. But if you would notice, the last barangay and SK election, pwede sila bota even if local candidates. So, for now, pwede sila bota both for national and local positions, di aton PDL voters. But, of course, as what I've said, registered sila na Zamboanga City Jail, so Barangay Zone 1. So meaning, pwede sila bota for local and San Ramon, Barangay Talisayan. For local, pwede sila bota, of course, for mayor, vice mayor, councilors the District 1, and Congress District 1. Pwede sila bota.
Okay, sir. With that, what measures do you have in place to give the PDLs enough information and knowledge about the running candidates for these upcoming elections?
Well, taman allow kita, no, campaign na mga jail, but with stricter kwan gani tiyan kita guidelines ko nese, no, para pwede man campaign alal mga kandidato di aton. Medyo strict lang gani guidelines ka, of course, for security reasons. But aside from that, COMELEC tamen mismo regularly taman visit ko neste mga facilities di aton para na voters information. And in fact, tamang plano tamen kami liba el nuevo machine alya tamen adentro si Chenea Aki man schedule tamen kita as what we did, no, in the several automated elections taan dakat kami bisita tamen alya kunila.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Next question naman we have Anthony Pet Loctorea from Wande Radio.
Sir, Attorney, good morning, ma'am. Good
Good
morning. So, Anthony Petloc Torres from Wande Radio, Zamboanga. Sir, pasensya, medyo atras kita indenantes. ¿Cuántos minutos? Baka ya pwede ako presenta de más temprano. El di mi pregunta, sir, cheneste que acerca con el di aton en conexión na gun ban. So, indenantes, sir, no, clarification on my part. Akil tama ba kal, sir? Akil mga bodyguards del mga kandidato, chene proseso ko sa sige, pwede sila lieba el di lang mga armas de fuego?
Pwede sir, no? But they will have to apply for exemption. Si Chene sila mga kandidato daton Chene bodyguards. And I believe a maximum of 2 personnel lang sila pwede Chene security detail or bodyguard. So el mga daton politiko aura, kel mga medyo manada bodyguards at the start of the campaign period, election period ay for clarification, election period, automatically esteman recall kunila, no? If mga police personnel ba military personnel, but as early as I believe this month of November, no, ay pwede sila man apply for exemption. And mga bodyguard nila allowed liba, I believe 1 long and 1 short firearm. Pwede liba nila bodyguard.
So sir, follow-up question lang in connection na pregunta de Sir April Boy. Masin korto lang sir. Para kung nakelyos, de mas temprano i-anunsya man kita ese LDB, el kandidato, registra dila social media account. So, siliga ba na punto, sir, start del campaign period, nuay sila pwede manda registra kung dila social media account. Kosa posible, sir, sanction ba? Pwede kita abla ay emprenta sila? Or possible ba man disqualify di ila kandidatura?
As what I've said a while ago, sir, no, si Nuay gani sila pwede registra dila social media account. Tabla na resolution di aton kay dale el daton task force, no, from COMELEC main office, show cause order kung este di aton mga kandidato to explain in writing as to why they did not register their social media accounts. And so that the task force can investigate if chene ba possible violation. But of course, si chene violation, chene pa sa investigation para mangkandak kita. But definitely, abla to si chene possibility man disqualify ko nila. Of course, si later on niya pwede man prove na sila man register kabar chene violation, chene possibility siguro. So to be safe, much better to register their social media accounts if tamang plano man sila usa ko na social media accounts nila. But of course, sino ay sila social media accounts, no need to register. Hindi man tamen kita tamanda kung nila man register todo, si hindi sila tamang plano usa ko neste social media accounts for their campaign.
So, thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you po. Next, we have Judy Antinaitina of A-Media.
So, good morning po. Yung
Good morning,
first question ko po is, sang-ayon po ba ang COMELEC Zamboanga sa hangad ng COMELEC National regarding po sa private arm group po?
Private arm groups. For Zamboanga City, ma'am, wala tayong ganyan. Private arm groups. I would say for the entire Region 9, wala po tayong based sa mga series of meetings natin with the PNP and the AFP. Actually, clear na po tayo from CCP and other terrorist groups and other kidnapping groups. Clear po tayo ngayon. No? Maganda yung security situation po ng Region 9. And generally, peaceful po yung election natin dito sa Region 9. So wala po tayong mga ganyan na private armed groups.
So, follow-up question po. May final candidate number na po ba ang mga tatakbo here po sa Zamboanga City?
As to the final candidates natin, ma'am, wala pa po. Kasi yung ballot template natin, in fact, hindi pa po napopost ng law department natin. Yung law department po ng main office, yung magpo-post ng ballot template natin sa website, siguro within this month, ipopost yun. And in fact, if we cannot really say na final yung kandidato natin because hindi po natin hold yung mga kandidato. As what I've said a while ago, may isa na nga na nag-withdraw. So, within the past few days, kung may mga mag-iisip dyan na mag-withdraw, definitely magiging konti pa yung kandidato natin. But for sa balota natin, magpo-post po yung law department natin ng ballot template. And once ma-finalize yung ballot template, malamang sa malamang, yun na po ang lalabas sa balota natin kahit mag-withdraw sila later on. Kasi may period lang po tayo hanggang kailan yung pwede nating ilagay yung mga names sa ballot. Kasi magsa-start na po din yung National Printing Office natin mag-print ng official ballots natin.
So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you very much po sa ating mga media partners in Zamboanga City. May mga follow-up na lang po tayo. Few questions na lang, attorney. Meron po tayong conduct of early voting. Pwede po bang makonsider po yung ating mga media partners to also join po ito or to participate po sa ating early voting process?
Well, sa ngayon, ma'am, yung target po talaga ng early voting is yung mga vulnerable sectors. But we will be coordinating with the COMELEC main office, no, kung pwede nga pumasok yung media. But rest assured po, during our briefings with the Electoral Board, we will be telling them, no, to give priority sa mga media partners natin sa voting. Siguro pwedeng gawin yung mga pwedeng i-consider ng mga electoral board members natin na gawing priority din yung mga media partners natin. Siguro i-present nyo lang yung mga media cards nyo. Kasi reminder lang din po para sa mga partners natin sa media, may media accreditation din pala po tayo. No? Online din yung application, sir, ng media accreditation. Pwede nyo i-check sa COMELEC website natin. And the media accreditation registration until March 31 pa po, 2025. Until March 31 pa po yung filing ng application natin. Kung gusto nyo mag-cover sa mga election activities on election day.
Thank you very much po. May mga IDs po tayo po na ipapabigay po. No,
Yes,
sa ating
after sila mag-register, ma'am, may mga media cards po na i-release sa kanila.
Okay, thank you very much po for reminding us po, attorney, kasi minsan nakakaligtaan din natin mga media partners no, to register for their coverages. Last na lang po talaga, attorney, regarding po sa vote buying, which is a serious concern po in the Philippines and of course here in Region 9 then, how do you think COMELEC can better detect and address vote buying, particularly po in rural or economically disadvantaged areas where it is more prevalent?
So, ma'am, actually for the vote buying and selling, it should be a joint and concerted efforts, no? Not just for COMELEC alone. Because kung kami-kami lang, medyo mahirap talaga na kami ang makakahuli niyan kasi with regards sa mga population natin and the land area, medyo malaki talaga, no? Yung coverage ng COMELEC. So, this must be a joint and concerted efforts of all electoral stakeholders, no? And this must be combated by voters' education and campaign information. Wala namang bibili ng boto kung walang magbebenta ng boto, no? So kailangan talaga i-educate natin yung mga voters natin kasi walang mapapala sa pagbebenta ng boto nila, no? Hindi yan sapat, no, na magtatanggap sila ng boto on election day tapos magdudusa sila for 3 to 6 years later on. No, so this is a joint and concerted efforts. Of course, we are seeking the help of our partners from the media to help us monitor with these activities. Of course, nandyan yung mga partners natin from the PNP, AFP, and all law enforcement agencies and all other electoral stakeholders such as the PPCRB, the NAMFREL, DELENTE, no, our election watchdogs. So yun po, ma'am.
Thank you very much po. Last na lang po, attorney, any message po, reminders po sa lahat ng ating mga voters, candidates po for the upcoming elections?
Well, to our candidates, our reminders to them is that please follow the election rules and regulations at the start of the election period and the campaign period para wala po tayong problema. And to our voters po, no, we encourage them to please exercise your right of suffrage, no, particularly to go out and vote on May 12, 2025, no. And not just to exercise your right of suffrage, but please be educated and wise voters, no. Please choose leaders based on their platforms of government, no, and not just on their popularity or whatever. Make sure, no, to exercise your right of suffrage so that your voices will be heard and so that you can make a difference and so that our lives will be better for in the next 3 to 6 years. That would be all, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much po. Once again, we have Attorney John Christian Babiera po, ang election officer po in Zamboanga City. Of course, representing our Commission on Elections po in Region 9. Maraming salamat po, Attorney, for your time. And napakahalaga po ng ating mga information po na naibahagi, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga media partners. Once again, maraming salamat po sa patuloy na pagsuporta no, ng ating mga media partners all over Region 9. Here in Zamboanga City, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong pagdalo po sa ating kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. And with that, of course, thank you din sa ating mga online viewers. Pag meron po tayong mga follow-up questions dyan, we will try po to answer with the help po ng COMELEC sa ating mga live stream po. Thank you very much po muli. And of course, thank you sa buong COMELEC Region 9 and sa PIA Region 9. Thank you very much po for making this episode possible. With that, sa ngalan pong muli ng PCO Secretary Cesar Chavez, PIA Director General Catherine Chloe De Castro, and of course, PIA Regional Head Ms. Noemi Adaga, ito si Myra Espinosa, and see you po sa ating mga susunod pang kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Muchísimas gracias.